Let's get to it.
YouTube, what is going on? You delicious guardians, 'tis Mesa Sean back at it with episode, let's see, what are we up to? 19 of Ask Mesa. I normally do these on Sunday, but it's been real busy, so I don't know when this is going to go up, but this is a series I do every week where you ask a question in the comment section, and I try to answer them in the following week's episode. Usually behind some gameplay I am not embarrassed by, so this one gets off to a slow start, but I'm using the Hunter Pole Dancer subclass, and I get like a 2.8 KDR with the Red Death. I'm having a lot of fun with that thing. So let's jump into the question. But before we jump into the questions, I want to talk about something running last week's episode where it was kind of the whole should I get an Xbox thing, and I talked about the user interface, yada yada. Okay, let me just explain. So in the last video, I talked about getting an Xbox One or possibility, and then I posted Drifter's link in there to his UI rant video, and which sparked some rigorous debate in the comments section, which was cool because you guys, actually there was no nasty fights, which, you know, I have a really good subscriber base. You guys don't post nasty things or really argue with each other. It was constructive criticism. But I gotta look at it from this perspective, guys. I'm really trying to get a Twitch partnership. I'm having a blast with streaming with you guys. You know, Saturday I had the highest amount I ever had at one time, which is about 700 people. You guys seem to really like the Mesa couch cam with my girlfriend and dog in there, and we had a grand old time. So I either got to decide this. Okay, if I was to go buy an Xbox One, right? I got to buy the Xbox One, then I got to buy Destiny, then I got to buy the DLC, then I have to buy the Xbox Live, then I got to re-level up all my 3 characters, da-da-da-da-da. Or do I spend the money or save up my money to get another MacBook to get a real professional stream going? One of you kind subscribers, Havoc Reaper, see, I remember, Havoc Reaper sent me an Elgato. Thank you, kind sir. It works like a glove. Once I get a second computer or Mac, I can then get a real professional stream using the OBS software, get a real professional webcam, get overlays, get the whole 9 yards. Right now I'm just using PS4 Share with the PlayStation camera, but that's something I really want to get into in streaming, especially when the House of Wolves comes out. I got some surprises coming down the line. So right now, in my best interest, it's going to be to save money to get a second MacBook. And I know I probably could just get a PC to do all this, but guys, this is going to sound silly, but I have not used a PC in 5 years, and when I help my poor mom troubleshoot her PC, which is constantly crashing, I have nightmares and flashbacks. For some reason, that light back there, I thought was a sniper looking. You know, sometimes if a sniper's looking at you or aiming down sights, you can see his muzzle flash or whatever. I don't know, off topic. But so I think right now it's just in my best interest to focus on the stream. That's what I want to get up and running and grow it as much as I can, because especially when House of Wolves comes out, again, I've got some surprises, secrets I can't tell you guys just right now, but it's going to be cool. So that is enough babble about that. I will get an Xbox One, just not now. Probably next year. Okay, jump into the question, Sean, already. Okay, Panda Squad says, are you going to keep playing Crota's End and Vault of Glass when House of Wolves comes out? Yeah, I think I will. I like doing them just for fun. Vault of Glass, I typically just, well, it's no secret, I hate the Templar. I like doing it, just getting the Templar checkpoint on one of my characters by either just killing the Templar, or usually one of my clanmates has it, and then doing Atheon and Gatekeeper on the other character. So there's really nothing I need from the Vault of Glass. And with Crota's End, I still love doing it. It's a lot of fun for me. I'd really like to learn to do Swordbearer on hard mode. I mean, I know it's a little different. I'd like to not have to use the Hunter Blink invisibility thing, because I've seen plenty of other people don't use that method and can still do it on hard, so I'd like to do that. But really looking forward to the House of Wolves raid, and really hoping that Bungie makes it like a cross between Vault of Glass and Crota's End. And what I mean by that is not as long and puzzly as the Vault of Glass, but not as short and to the point as Crota's End. Kind of a nice mix between. Hope they do that. And you almost guarantee we're going to have a really annoying teleporting major boss, because don't all the Fallen, all they do is teleport, those captains and servitors and all that stuff. And I hope the main boss is not a servitor. I hope it's like a big cool looking Fallen captain with lots of swords and guns and all that stuff. Alright, Babble mode. Next question. Gavin Risbridger says, which do you prefer on a gun, exploding rounds or Firefly? If you could add any perk onto an existing exotic, what would it be and why? I'm going to say exploding rounds. Firefly is very useful, but at the same time, I'm not the greatest in the aim department, so I'm not guaranteed headshots, but I love explosive rounds because I love using them in PvE and PvP. I love how in PvP it kind of splits off your damage into 2 kind of separate rounds and sometimes injures people that are grouping up together in 2s. As for an exotic and adding something, speaking of explosive rounds of Firefly, I wish the Mida multi-tool had something like that, because I feel like there's not enough there for for me to really use it. The skill tree that where it adds all the agility and stuff like that, that section with 3 perks, I wish that had explosive rounds in there, or even Firefly for that. Well, no, you can't put Firefly there. I don't really find the Might of Multi-Tool upgrade, that perk right after that last set of 3 perks you could pick from, not really that useful, and I found myself not using the Mesa multi-tool bag, as Hawks has coined it. Don't use it as much, so I wish that gun had some sort of explosive rounds, or perhaps Firefly. The hair trigger thing, I mean, it's cool and all, but I don't know, I just don't use it as much anymore. Then Matteo Coloni, hey Mesa, what's your favorite Destiny boss from Strike Raid's campaign? You know, I'm a sucker for Valis Ta'arak from the Cerebrus Vi 3 Strike. I like him because he's kind of a pain in the ass sometimes, and he looks cool, he looks mean, and the fact that he shoots that just big barrage of rockets at you, as well as he's got that nasty Gatling gun. I kind of like it that he's a cross between. He's not that easy, say like the Archon Priest, who I think should be way harder. It just seems like he just stands there and misses you with all his shots, or his gun doesn't do much damage unless it's a nightfall where it's a solar burn. But Cerebrus Vi, I like it because he's challenging and he just looks cool, and I don't know, I like the whole strike just in general. Okay, then we got Ellie Gordon. What do you think Bungie should do to address the underwhelming story? Well, the sad thing is that the story's there, just you gotta read it, or you get it in bits and pieces of a puzzle in the Grimoire cards, which for someone like Shawnee, I almost never read those things. I mean, I wish they had something. Bife and I talked about it, we did a dual commentary about that whole thing, about the lore and the story, and that, I don't know, well, you know, we had some ideas, like if wish you could choose to read some of those on screen, or maybe see a slideshow or pictures from, I mean, because we talked about how interesting, like, I want to know how the Gallahorn was forged at the Battle of Twilight Gap, or maybe even see something, or see some pictures of what happened and read about it. I don't know. The only thing I could really do at this point is really add something rich and immersive with the House of Wolves expansion. I mean, they really can't do anything about the whole story in general from, you know, the original game, but, you know, hopefully a lesson learned, because that seems to be the most prominent complaint from everybody who are into stories. And again, you know, I have to put the disclaimer that this is the first game I ever played a story, or even really PvE for that matter. I was just always a multiplayer person, so nothing they can really do now except for maybe bring a lot more story into the House of Wolves and maybe related to the original story. So I don't know, I hope that answers your question. Now, this is just a comment, but it's got something I want to tag into it. So it says, from Josh Mucci, you should play Warframe, it's free. You know, I downloaded Warframe, I tried it once or twice, didn't really like it. I'm not so into third-person type things, but another free game you guys should check out if you're into shooters or into multiplayer is Blacklight Retribution. I did a bunch of reviews in it last year. I think I had like 500 or 1,000 subscribers, but that's a really fun game. It's free to play, I guess sort of pay to win, but basically you unlock things the more you play, or you unlock these coins to use and to unlock things or rent things for a couple days. You get to choose different things, play them for, you could like use coins to rent a gun for a day or two, or a certain scope or a certain item to that weapon. Very customizable, but it's kind of pay to win because all the best guns you do have to unlock, and those cost coins, but you could just buy those coins if you want to. I don't know, everyone complains about anything they have to pay for, yet the game's free. I would check that out, guys. Blacklight Retribution, I believe it's free on all consoles, and the beta version was really cool, and that's what I posted on my channel a long time ago. But the new version, the updated full version, is amazing. You guys should check it out. Okay, Frank Olson says, what's your personal least favorite gun in Destiny? Well, you know, I'm going to have to say the Dr. Nope from pre-Dark Below. I think that was a Vanguard auto rifle. But basically any auto rifle that has the same specs. And I think the Iron Banner auto rifle actually has kind of the same stats, where very, very low impact, fire rate off the chart. I never get along with guns like that. I get along with basically Vanquisher type guns, the slower firing ones that have higher impact. Even like for the people and up for anything, I like them for PvE, not as good with them for PvP, you know, because you got to get so many shots on people, and especially precisions, you know, but for the people I have, it's actually not that bad, because it's got a ton, it's got Field Scout, and it's got stability, and a boatload of reload perks, and also has spray and play, so I sometimes use it in a Crucible. For the most part, I like the Vanquisher type of auto rifle, so I'm going to go with the Dr. Nope or any type of weapons, and I'm hoping that the House of Wolves has more of some Vanquisher type guns to choose from in terms of impact and rate of fire and all that stuff. Okay, then it's Zindy12 says, will you ever do a Black Ops 2 commentary? You sound really good at it. Well, I wasn't that good at it, but I absolutely loved it. And you know, it's funny you mentioned I downloaded a pretty cool, some just old gameplay from like 2-3 years ago of me with my Diamond AN90. I had Diamond SMGs and Diamond assault rifles, and God, did I love that game. I will be posting some because I want to do a kind of like wish list for Black Ops 3, or I mean, pretty much everyone's alluding to it's going to be a Black Ops 3, regardless what they call it. It's Treyarch. They're coming off of Black Ops 2. They have to save the franchise, so I think almost it would make sense to do a Black Ops 3. But either way, the game will be, in my opinion, a Treyarch game, which means that it'll flow like a Treyarch game, it'll feel like a Treyarch game, it'll have a time to kill like a Treyarch game. So I'm going to post a old Black Ops 2 gameplay with my Diamond AN94 and talk about some of the things I'm hoping for. So sorry for the delay in this video, guys, and also sorry for swapping out the gameplay. It's like I recorded it last week, I wanted it to be up last week, and then a whole bunch of stuff came up, so I ended up changing the gameplay, and hence why the couple Mesa fails in there when I clearly talk about the old gameplay that was under this. So that's it. So drop a like in this video only if you see fit. Leave a comment for or a question for next week's episode of Ask Mesa, and that's it. Follow my stream. Links will be in the description, and that's it. You stay beautiful, Guardians.